it's Hans at ahappierman.com. Driving up to see my mother and brother and sister today. It's Labor Day weekend, so I thought I'd shoot a little bit of a quick video on the drive. Bear with me, it's raining a little bit. I might have to turn the wipers on here and there so I get that funny sound. So anyway, today I wanted to talk about better than zero. You know, what does that mean? And why is that important to you as a man or to any person? You know, my channel and my website is about men. It's my life. It's my way of trying to help other men, especially. You know, certainly women can use my advice, but let's say since I'm a man, I would tend to give that advice for men. So anyway, getting back to better than zero. What does that mean? A lot of times you'll get caught up with another person and taking care of them, and they don't contribute to their own care. So you want that other person, if you're living with a woman, if you're married, if you have an adult child living with you, or a friend, you know, crashing at your place, or roommates, you need them to be contributing, doing better than zero. So often people like to glom on to a more productive person, and they won't, that glom or honor, they won't help themselves, they won't help the relationship. I used to tell my wife this all the time back when we were married. I wanted her to work. You know, I just assumed before we got married that she'd be working. I mean, she was working when I met her. She seemed to be working quite hard and trying her best. And then I thought, well, yeah, you'll work when we're married and we'll have this great life. But that really wasn't what she ended up doing. And I used to tell her, you know, she'd say something like, well, it's not, you know, even if I make minimum wage, that won't be very much, you know, it won't really help that much. And I would always say, well, it's better than zero, right? Minimum wage is better than zero. Even a portion of minimum wage is better than zero. Everything is better than zero. Zero, you know, when you're non-productive, you want to be above zero. You want to be making more than zero, contributing more, right? You know, another way to think about better than zero. You know, I had I made an article the other day about one heavy set, meaning one heavy set of weight workout rather than multiple heavy sets. And even though the evidence points to multiple heavy sets as more productive for your strength gains, more productive for your muscular size and your density and the pump feeling and getting ripped or vascular or getting a flatter belly. The multiple sets is more productive. However, what I was pointing out in the article is the multiple sets are where you get hurt. That second set is where you get hurt, and then if you're hurt, you can't lift at all, and you're back to zero. So the one heavy set is better than zero. I would argue it's much, much, much better than zero. And the chances of getting hurt on those second sets and third sets are so much greater for the normal person that to me it's just not worth it. And I'll have to keep reminding myself of this because I know multiple sets, I'll get stronger, I'll get more muscular, I'll look better, I'll feel better temporarily. But again, you got to get back to what's better than zero. So better than zero. Zero is not good, right? Of course, negative is worse than zero, but let's just call zero the baseline. You want to be creating and moving past the zero mark. In all the years of my marriage, I was always at zero or below, right? I was working hard, making a lot of money, you know, had a productive career and all, but, you know, my wife and the situation and my inability to control inability to control her made me much less than zero. My amount, I was in massive debt all the time and never had any extra money and rarely did anything fun for myself. In fact, I would say, maybe once every couple of years I would have what I would consider some fun. So it was a rough time. I was certainly way less than zero, in that time of my life. Now, I'm far above zero. All the money I make is mine. Everything I do is adding to my life. I'm well above zero and making more money, getting out of the old debts, having some fun, from time to time, and with even the prospects of more. I'm far above zero, better than zero. I'm getting above zero. So give that idea of a better than zero some thought. Don't get mired down in depression and thinking it's not worth it. You got to make the moves to get yourself better than zero.